What makes Latoya Stewart a dynamic educator? When I hired her 4 years ago, I knew then that I had someone that we can count on at the school. It's just like you're coaching a team. Some players, you just have that it factor. As an educator, she has that it factor. And I knew that she would be a great teacher one day. The great thing about Latoya is she can move kids. It doesn't matter where the child come from. She can take kids that are low and get them to reach their potential. A lot of teachers cannot do that. I think one of her great assets is that she tells me all the time, Mr. Alexander, I want every last one of them. She teaches freshman biology, and she don't run from students. If it's 33 in the class or if it's 29 in the class, she makes sure that she get every last one of them. And her test scores at the end of the year is remarkable. She moved kids that other folks would give up on and say, there's no way I can teach these kids. And she is remarkable moving kids forward at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about. I think that she is a great asset to this campus. The thing I love more about Latoya than anything, she is loyal to this community, she is loyal to this school. She had other opportunities to leave and she have not left yet. Her thing is that I share Mr. Alexander's vision. The vision to make sure that we move kids in the Martin Luther King area. And she does a great job doing that. And that type of person, you just cannot put a price on. So that's what I think about Latoya Stewart. She is a great educator. And my biggest fear is that soon I think that she'll be promoted to administration and I will one day lose her. But I understand that comes with the territory. And we are always searching for that next diamond in the rough. But she was one of those diamonds in the rough that I find. And I just thank God for her every day. When it comes to Latoya teaching style, I would say firm but fair. She very firm with her boys and girls as they enter the classroom, but they know that they're there to get the education. But she also fair with kids. And so many times that does not happen with teachers. Yes, she might have kids often now that is low achieving, but they know that she cares. And they know that she would be fair with them. At the end of the day, you have to be fair with boys and girls. You cannot have your picks and chooses. You have to treat all of them the same. And that's what she do very well. She also makes sure that she get kids engaged in the lesson. There's no way kids gonna learn the way that they used to learn, that you just at the chalkboard teaching. Latoya makes sure that engagement piece go on a daily basis. So she get boys and girls engaged in the lesson. When you get them engaged in the lesson, learning take place in the classroom. And that's the way I would describe her learning style.
I believe that I have a student-centered approach to teaching. I know what it's like to sit in a classroom for 53 minutes and just listen to a teacher talk, and that is definitely not what I do in my classroom. I like for my students to be engaged every day. We do an engaging activity. I like to do activities that they can relate to. I'd like to talk about things that they can relate to. So my goal is to get my students engaged on a daily basis so that they are able to obtain the information a lot easier and a lot better. I became an educator because I wanted to make a difference in the lives of boys and girls. I also have a very creative mindset. I wanted to be in a setting where I could be creative, where I could use my skills and my love of science to help others. So I knew that teaching was the route that I wanted to take. It has been very rewarding. It has been very nice to know that all my late nights, all of my weekends of working has actually been recognized. It means a great deal to me. Green Oaks, I'm just happy to be here. And I have to thank our administration for the skills that they embedded in me, that I was able to do what I do best in the classroom every day.
Natalie Chason is a fantastic teacher. She truly cares about her students and communicates wonderfully with her parents. She embraces change and is always looking for new ideas to increase the teaching and learning process in her classroom. Natalie's classroom is very student-centered. She has a very open atmosphere in her classroom. The students are interested and truly seem to enjoy the learning process.
My approach to teaching is to focus on each individual child when they come in my classroom. At the beginning of the year, I gather data and I give the students an interest inventory. I also give a questionnaire to the parents so that I can learn as much as I can about each individual child. Then I put that data to the side and I get to know each individual student. I have found through my years of teaching that when I get to know the students and I show them that I care, they thrive and succeed in my class. At the ripe age of 5, I came home from school and announced to my family that I was going to be a teacher. For many years after that, my brother endured being the student while I was the bossy teacher. My friends were actually jealous of me because I knew what I wanted to do in my life. I feel that being a teacher is my God-given talent, and I feel like that it is my calling. And I feel that I want to make a difference in each child's life because I've had so many teachers impact my life through the years. I am overwhelmed and humbled to represent Caddo Parish. Growing up in this parish, I went to Forest Hill, Ridgewood, and Southwood, and I have been blessed to teach at Walnut Hill, Forest Hill, and now Caddo Middle Magnet, so I feel like I'm giving back to this parish. While this is an incredible honor, I am blessed every day by my middle school students because they are truly my reward.
One of the main reasons Glennis Johnson is such a dynamic teacher is her love for children. She is always putting their needs first. She spent countless hours at school over the past 2 summers preparing lessons, and with the implementation of a new reading series, has researched ways to have that correlate to the Common Core state standards. It's just her love of children and trying to meet their individual needs is what makes her a dynamic teacher. I would describe Glennis Johnston's teaching style as very out of the box. She researches her subject matter thoroughly, and she comes up with very dynamic, interesting, fun lessons for the students. She is never in the same place in the classroom. You might come in and she may be one day teaching whole group, the next day she's got grouping, she's got kids working in partners. You'll see her with a small group in the back of the room. Just very dynamic and very kid-centered and need-centered.
My approach to teaching is trying to use a lot of humor in the classroom. We need the days to uplift, and I find that humor can do that to myself and the children and solve a lot of problems I just address with humor. I also bring into the classroom a mind of thinking out of the box. I do a lot of research. I enjoy teaching my children how to think and think outside of the box. I also have an approach of just bringing home basic common sense, bringing it to the classroom. only been teaching 6 years. So I was often asked, what made you become an educator at this age? And in humor, my first thought was, well, everything like an invention starts with a problem. So I worked in Dallas, and I was laid off and came home to Shreveport, and really didn't know what I was going to do with my new life in Shreveport. I'll try to make this story very short, but it pertains to my daughter. She was at A&M, and she came in, and it was her birthday. And we were driving down Uri Drive, and she pulled over to LSUS. And I said, I thought we were going to dinner. And she said, yeah, but wait just a minute. She pulls over, she parks, she hands me an envelope. Now remember, it's her birthday. She hands me a birthday card thanking me for her birth and all the things that I've done with her and for her. And in the card, there was a check for, I'll just tell you, $17,000 that she had saved all of her years at A&M, and said, Mom, this is for you. You are now enrolled at LSUS. You're going back into teaching, or you're going into teaching. I think I said back because I taught my children, and she was giving that back to me. You've done so much for us, and I think you have a lot to offer for the children in Caddo. And every time I tell the story, I try not to cry, because she had saved all of that money that I had given to her and gave it back to me. Sorry. It gets me every time I tell the story. And I use that to go back to school for something that my children knew that I had a passion for. And to this day, as I sit here, I still have the passion for the children, for Caddo Parish. And I'm hoping to see not only Teacher of the Year, but we can have the System of the Year. Because that's what I want, and that's what my daughter wants, even to this day. Since receiving the award, I have been asked several times, what does this award mean to me? And I have to answer from my heart that it means that I get to represent all of the hardworking students in Caddo Parish. But more importantly, to my students, it means that I get to give them the best education that I possibly can, and to look after their best interest.